Here's a truth most people miss. Long-term health and well-being aren't born out of intensity. They grow from consistency, self-awareness, and small, deliberate changes. If you're tired of the start-stop cycle, of chasing results only to find yourself back at square one, then it's time to shift your focus. Not toward more effort, but toward better strategy. This is where sustainability meets health. Not just for a season, but for a lifetime. Creating a sustainable, healthy lifestyle begins not with what you do, but with how you think. Mindset is the foundation. A lot of people approach health from a place of punishment or urgency. They want to lose weight fast or detox from poor choices. But health isn't a punishment. It isn't a consequence of past behaviors. It's a gift. When you begin seeing health as something you give to yourself, your entire relationship with food, movement, and habits begins to change. You stop thinking in terms of good or bad and start thinking in terms of supportive and unsupportive. One of the first areas people struggle with is food. Nutrition can be one of the most confusing aspects of a healthy lifestyle, largely because it's loaded with conflicting advice. Instead of jumping from one extreme to the next, sustainable eating habits are rooted in flexibility and balance. You don't need to eliminate entire food groups unless you have a medical reason. You don't need to count every calorie or track every meal. What you do need is awareness. Pay attention to how different foods make you feel. Notice what gives you energy and what drains you. Start making choices that align with how you want to feel, not just how you want to look. Building a sustainable approach to eating means creating a system that works for your lifestyle. Maybe that means preparing meals ahead of time so you're not stuck grabbing fast food when you're rushed. Maybe it means keeping a handful of go-to healthy meals you actually enjoy rather than forcing yourself to eat something you hate just because it's considered clean. Sustainability means enjoyment. If you dread your meals, your plan won't last. Food should nourish you and bring pleasure, not guilt. The same principles apply to exercise. Too often, people associate exercise with punishment. They think they have to go to the gym 6 days a week or push themselves to exhaustion. But the truth is, movement should be something that enhances your life, not depletes it. Sustainable fitness is about consistency and enjoyment. If you love dancing, dance. If you like walking, walk. If lifting weights makes you feel empowered, lift. There is no single path to fitness. What matters is that you move regularly and enjoy the way you move. That enjoyment becomes the fuel that sustains the habit. Rest and recovery are also crucial, but often overlooked. In the pursuit of health, many people burn out because they neglect to rest. Sleep isn't just a passive activity, it's where healing happens. A sustainable, healthy lifestyle means honoring your body's need for rest, not pushing past it. If you're constantly tired, irritable, or struggling to focus, your body is telling you something. Listen to it. Recovery is not the opposite of progress. It's part of the process. Mental and emotional health are inseparable from physical health. It's hard to maintain healthy habits when your mind is overwhelmed, stressed, or exhausted. That's why building a sustainable lifestyle includes practices that support your mental well-being. This might look like journaling, meditation, spending time in nature, or simply setting boundaries that protect your time and energy. It's about creating space to be present, to reflect, and to recharge. Mental clarity makes it easier to make better choices. It also builds resilience, so when life inevitably gets challenging, your habits don't fall apart. Another key to sustainability is your environment. The people you surround yourself with, the way your home is organized, the messages you consume, all of these influence your behavior. If your kitchen is stocked with nothing but processed snacks, that's what you'll reach for when you're hungry. If your social circle revolves around unhealthy routines, it becomes harder to make different choices. Changing your environment to support your goals isn't about control, it's about alignment. It's easier to stay on track when your environment is working with you, not against you. Habits are the building blocks of a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. But habits don't form overnight. They take time, repetition, and patience. Start small. Focus on 1 or 2 things at a time. Maybe that's drinking more water. Maybe it's stretching for 5 minutes in the morning. The size of the habit doesn't matter as much as the consistency. Once a habit becomes second nature, you can build on it. This approach creates momentum. It also prevents the burnout that comes from trying to change everything all at once. Progress isn't linear. There will be days when you feel motivated and days when you don't. Days when everything flows effortlessly and days when it feels like a struggle. A sustainable, healthy lifestyle makes space for that variability. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. Missing a workout or eating something indulgent doesn't mean you've failed. It means you're human. What matters is what you do next. Can you get back on track without guilt or self-criticism? Can you learn from the setback rather than let it derail you? That's the mindset that sustains progress. Another part of sustainability is clarity. Know why you want to be healthy. Is it to have more energy for your kids? To feel confident in your body? To prevent disease? When you connect your daily choices to a deeper purpose, motivation becomes more meaningful. You're not just eating a salad or going for a run. You're investing in your future. You're building a life you can feel proud of. That sense of purpose anchors you when motivation fades, as it inevitably will. It also helps to track your progress in ways that go beyond the scale. Weight is one data point, but it doesn't capture the whole picture. Are you sleeping better? Do you feel stronger? Are your moods more stable? Are you experiencing fewer cravings? These are all signs of progress. When you broaden your definition of success, you give yourself more opportunities to celebrate. And celebrating small wins fuels continued effort. Community can also be a powerful force in creating a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. When you have people who share your values, who encourage you, who hold you accountable, everything becomes easier. You don't have to go it alone. That might mean joining a fitness group, cooking with family, or simply having a friend you check in with weekly. Surrounding yourself with support strengthens your resolve. It also reminds you that change doesn't happen in isolation. Another often overlooked component is self-compassion. So many people approach health with a harsh inner critic. They berate themselves for slipping up, for not doing enough, for not being perfect. But judgment rarely leads to change. Compassion does. When you treat yourself with kindness and understanding, you create a foundation of trust. You become someone you can rely on, someone who won't abandon yourself when things get hard. That self-trust is essential. It keeps you grounded. It reminds you that you're worth the effort, even on the days when progress feels invisible. Sustainability also requires adaptability. Life changes. Your schedule, responsibilities, and energy levels will shift over time. What worked for you last year may not work now, and that's okay. The goal isn't to find a rigid system and stick to it forever. It's to build a flexible foundation you can adjust as needed. Maybe that means switching your workouts from evening to morning. Maybe it means simplifying your meals during a busy season. Adaptability keeps you moving forward. Rigidity leads to frustration and eventual burnout. Ultimately, creating a sustainable, healthy lifestyle is about integration. Health isn't something separate from the rest of your life. It's the thread that weaves through everything: your work, your relationships, your hobbies, your purpose. When you treat health as an essential part of your identity, it becomes easier to make decisions that support it. It becomes part of who you are, not just something you do. It's not flashy, it's not instant, but it is powerful, and it lasts. When you stop chasing quick fixes and start investing in daily choices that align with your values, everything changes. You stop starting over. You stop waiting for Monday. You begin to live in a way that supports your energy, your goals, and your joy, not just today, but for years to come. So if you want to create a sustainable, healthy lifestyle, don't look for the next big thing. Look inward. Get clear on what matters to you. Start small. Be consistent. Give yourself grace. Build systems that support you. And most of all, believe that you're capable of change, not because you hate where you are, but because you love where you're going.